guys, this is Faith. I wanted to talk about why I'm waiting to marriage to have sex. So for me, sex is a very important thing, but it's also something that is very treasured to my heart. I feel like we should wait to marriage to have sex in order to not cloud our own judgment when we're trying to figure out in the dating process, is this person right for us? So for me, waiting to have sex until marriage is very important. One reason I'm waiting to have sex into marriage is because I just want to make sure I'm valuing myself. I'm not settling for anything. I feel like sometimes we can be so driven by our own thoughts and caught up in liking someone so much, caught up in that infatuation stage, that we don't necessarily get to see the full person before we give that part of ourselves away. We can even think about back in the day sometimes where people used to quote unquote court. I don't know if they still use that word anymore, but I do. And when they used to wait for everything, the guys would open the doors for the ladies. They would take them out. They would pick them up. And nowadays, we're more so in such a generalized culture where it's okay just to Netflix and chill. And Netflix and chill turns into sex, and sex turns into babies. And sometimes we're not ready for that type of responsibility in life, and we give so much of ourselves away without thinking about everything else that comes along with it. And of course, babies are a blessing, but at the same time, it can be something that we can step ourselves into so quickly that we're not ready for. I've been a young mom, and also I've been married young, but if I could have waited, I would have waited. But I'm also happy that God preserved me. So now I can do it all over again, and now He has blessed me to be in a place where I can do it all over again, and now I can wait on my husband. It is a promise that I've made to myself and a promise that I've made to God. And I feel like if anyone loves you or anyone cherishes you enough, they will wait for you and wait for the right time and wait till they put a ring on your finger and marry you and make that commitment, not just only to you, but to God. Then they will wait for you. Number two, I feel like sex is just something that is so peer pressured nowadays. It's like if you aren't doing it, even for the high school kids, if you aren't doing it, if you're not having sex, then something is either wrong with you. Are you human? Do you have feelings? Yes, I still have thoughts. Yes, I still have wants. Yes, I still have desires as a person. Yes, when you really start to like somebody, or when you're quote unquote, if you're in love with somebody, or you think you're in love with somebody, you still do have those feelings. But a part of God giving us this body and giving us the desires we have is so that we will be able to control them. So those things are set aside for marriage. So the longer we wait, I think the more value we'll have, sex will have in our relationship. Like, I want to experience all of my husband. I don't want to experience him before marriage. I don't want to know him and then stand at the aisle with him and saying I do, and we already know every aspect of each other. I think that is a part of growing and getting to know somebody, is getting to know their body as well, but it's at a certain point and a certain stage in your relationship where that is permissible. And dating will have you thinking that you know someone and thinking that you understand this person and thinking that this person is right for you, and you're so in love, and then you give yourself away and you have sex with them, and then sometimes afterwards, which a lot of people have done, which myself I have done, which you then figure out like, hey, this is not even the right person for me. And sometimes marriage doesn't also necessarily fix lustful thoughts either. So that's part 3 of what I want to talk about. Marriage is not going to take away those thoughts and those lustful desires you have. Marriage will sometimes increase those things, if not always, increase those things a lot more. So if you're already lusting, if you already have those desires rooted in you, that you aren't taking captive of them, or you're not doing away with those things not only just take root in you, but you're allowing that door to be open to your partner for those type of spirits to enter in sexually when you're not dealing with that yourself and you lay down and have sex with someone else. I think also waiting to have sex until marriage not only helps you to deal with those things that you may be struggling with, it helps you to kind of grow in those areas, and it helps God to kind of show you places where you might not have known that you've been struggling. You might be struggling a little bit more. For me, being in this time of singleness for almost it's going on 3 years. It's going on 3 years almost. I think God has showed me what I have been struggling with that I may have not have paid attention to in my everyday life. I just go about waking up, brushing my teeth, showering, going to work, just doing everyday things, and I may not have sat down and took the time to spend that intimate time with God beforehand when I was in a bad, corrupted relationship. And God showed me like, hey, here, look, this is where you've been struggling at. This is where you've been stuck at. This is why you haven't grown here. This is why you haven't grown here. And I think allowing that time for yourself, even while you're dating someone, allowing that time for yourself to build that intimate relationship with God, and just allowing Him to show you where you need to grow at. It not only prepares you for marriage, it helps your marriage once you get into that. It will help you grow tremendously, because now not only are you being honest with yourself, you're able to be honest with your partner and show them like, hey, this is someplace I struggled in. So if you're struggling here, I can help you, or just be an example of Christ for other people. So that's one reason. Those are the reasons that I'm waiting to have sex until marriage. I hope this encourages you guys. You can find me on YouTube at Complex Faith, COMPLEXFAI, or you can search for my channel at Purpose Faith. Or also you guys can check out my website, which is purposefaith.net. I blog a lot. I'm a writer, and I'm also getting into some other things. So I have a lot of little goody little treats on there for you guys. If you guys check it out, share this video, like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys. Bye-bye.